Okay, hello everyone. So this is another lesson video that I wanted to share with you guys. So this lesson in particular I did with my grade 2 junior high students, or in Canadian terms, my grade 8 students. Now, these students, this teacher really likes letting me do whatever I want in the class. So we talked together, like I gave her some ideas and then she gave me ideas and then we ended up making this lesson. So anyways, how it would start, so I have it written down here. So there'd be a greeting and then I started using my understand cards, but I decided not to use them because these students were just saying, yes, I understand, no, I don't understand, like without any worries or problems or anything. So they're very confident in how to respond. So these cards I'm not going to use for that. So the first thing we do is question and answer. So basically, this is kind of like a warm-up. So all students would be standing, and then I would ask each student a question. And usually the order of the questions would be, how are you? And next would be, what's the day today? Which would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The next would be, what's the date today? Or what's today's date? Which would be like April 22nd or May 1st or whatever. And then after that, it would be, how's the weather today? And then it's sunny, it's cloudy, it's rainy, whatever it is. And then I'd get into more specifics. So what subject do you like? What animal do you like? And if there's any students who look like they're a little bit lost, like they have very low English levels, then how are you? You can ask that again. And like, what color do you like? I was trying to think of more questions I asked. In particular, like these students are really clever, so I like asking them, what restaurant do you like? What Disney character do you like? So questions like this, so they can answer that quite easy. And then after they answer the question, they sit down, and when all the students are sitting down, we can move on to the next thing. So my teacher has a song that she likes to play, and then the students sing that song with the lyrics in front of them. But she couldn't find her CD during the entire time I was there, so we skipped the song and we went right to Boogle. So Boogle I found on Inglopedia.net, and I made a little worksheet of it. So you can either do this on the whiteboard in front of the classroom, or you can make a worksheet if you want students to practice their writing. So we decided what letters to put into the boxes, and if you want, you can get the students to decide, but this way was much, much quicker. So we wrote down the letters that we felt you could make the most words with, and then we basically gave each student this, but it was like flipped over on their desk, and then the teacher said, okay, you have 3 minutes and 30 seconds to write as many words as you can with the letters that you got. And so she was like, okay, and start. So the students would turn it over and then they'd start writing. So you can do C-A-T, cat. You can do C-A-R, car. You can do C-L-O-S-E, close. And the biggest word that we got so far was teacher, so T-E-A-C-H-E-R. So I gave them it's a lot easier to let them use the same letter twice or 3 times or however many times you need. So we ended up doing that. And then after the 3-minute 30-second mark, we got everyone to put down their pencils and then tell us what their longest word was. And then we would write it on the whiteboard. So pretend this is like blank. We would write it on the whiteboard as we go. And then, so the teacher would write this grid with the letters on here too. And then next to it, she would say all of the, like the words that the students came up with. So they ended up getting teacher, they got school, they got start, close. Like there's so many words that they can find out of here. So yeah, it ended up being really, really good. Okay, so once we were done that, And this took about like maybe 15 minutes. Like the teacher and the students were really into it. So that's why this one took a while. Usually it's just like a warm-up. Okay, so once this is done, we have the true or lie game. Now, this game I used before in my other junior high, except this way of playing it is completely different because you can keep a score system, and it's a lot easier for the groups to answer if they're very quiet or shy, or, well, the school that I did this lesson at, they're very particular kind of students that are like really well behaved, but they're kind of little like less rambunctious to answer, so that's why this is a good method. Anyways, so what this game is you get into a group of 5, so you make groups of 5 out of the class, and then each member has to say one sentence. So this one can say, I like pizza. This one can say, I like soccer. This one can say, I like potato chips, or whatever. And each student has to say, I like nani nani, so anything. And one member is going to be lying. So how I would explain this to them first is I would say, okay, what's true, what's lie? So true, my name is Jessica. Lie, I'm from America, or whatever, because all my students know I'm from Canada. So then I would give a few more examples of truths and lies, and then I would get them to try and translate both of these into Japanese, which they ended up getting really quite well. So we practiced true and lie. Repeat after me, true, lie. So this was in their brains. And then after that, I had explained the lesson, or the activity. So we made our groups of 5 or 6, and then each member said their sentence, and then the other groups. Okay, so this is where it gets different. Each group has a whiteboard, a little handheld whiteboard like this. And each group has to listen to all of the members of other groups and choose one member's name to write on the whiteboard. And then we would say, okay, 3, 2, 1, reveal your answers. And all the groups would show their whiteboard with their answer on it at the same time. And then this way, it's a lot easier to score and a lot more fair because you have to reveal your answer at the same time, right? So basically, for example, say this is Sakura, and then this is Joe. This is, or wait, Zoe. I wrote Zoe. I was thinking Zoe, and I said Joe. We'll make this one Joe. And then Bob. And then Sue. Just like random names. So basically, these guys would have their whiteboards, and then these members would say their sentences, and then they'd have the teacher gave them 30 seconds to write a name down. So say this one was Joe, this one was Sue, and this one was Sakura. So then after they turn up the whiteboards, we would get these members to, whoever was the liar, raise their hand. So Sakura would raise her hand, these groups would like moan, and then these groups would be like, or this group would be like, yeah, Sakura, we got it. So then this group gets a point or whatever. And that's how we were able to score it. And so I did upload another video with that same lesson activity, like the true and lie, but it was done differently because the other school I did it at, they weren't as organized and they were super hyperactive and they loved like just talking and screaming and stuff. So this format works really well with the higher academic students. And we ended up playing this all the way to the end of the class, where everybody had their scores, and then at the very end, like maybe there was like 4 minutes left after each group goes, my partner teacher and I decided to make our own truth or lie. So she would say a sentence, I would say a sentence, and then all the groups had to write our name, and then whoever got it right actually got 2 points, so it was like a bonus. And the 2 examples that I have for the 2 classes, one class, my partner teacher said, I like beetles. And then I said, I like cicada, which are those like bugs that come out in summertime in Japan, and they the sound they make is like me 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 me. I really like those. They're super cute. And then the students had to guess which one was the lie. And of course, it was my partner teacher, and whoever wrote down her name got the point. And then another true lie that we did was she said, I don't like social studies, and I said, I like social studies, because we wanted to play a mind trick with them. And the liar was me. I didn't like social studies in junior high school, so that's why I said it, but now I love history, so I apologize if you're like a social studies teacher. I really like social studies. But anyways, so yeah, it was really fun. And then that way you get the students involved, you get your partner teacher involved. And I discovered that my partner teacher was inspired to use this for other grammar points too. So you can get each student to say, I can, blah, blah, blah. So I can ski, I can swim, I can play basketball, or I have been to, I have done, or whatever. Like, there's so many things that you can do with this game. But anyways, so that, I believe, was the last of it. Yeah, Boogle. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. All right, so thank you very super duper much for watching, and we'll see you next time.